Hello everybody, this is Fuzzfinger, welcome back to Ni No Kuni, and we're going to continue on with the story today. We have all three magical stones that we need to empower the Morn Star, and hopefully there's going to be somebody here who will actually be able to help us to that end. I have had to do a little bit of grinding in between the previous episode and this one to get some familiars we're going to need for a task later on, so that's why I'm quite a high level now. In fact, I'm well over level to where you need to be at this point in the game, which is a little bit frustrating because it means some of the encounters are going to be more trivial than they should be, but I haven't done any grinding outside of doing grinding for errands and tasks that we need, so that's just the way it's going to have to be, unfortunately. But we're going to head first of all into the black market, and there is another page to the Wizard's Companion that we can collect, which is the reason for our visit. This isn't actually part of the story itself, so we'll grab this and then we'll head on up to the objective star. So we'll just speak to the owner of the black market down here, see what he's got to say for himself. Well, he's been watching our progress closely, and there he's given us that something that we really want. I thought that's a blue chest then, but it's just a part of the decor of the place, as they say. Right, so Marquezine is the individual we want to go and speak to. So we're just going to head straight up into the northern area, and if you haven't got sick of doing this trek up and down Hamelin yet, then I'm sure you soon will. With all the errands and tasks we've been doing as well as the story, I must have been through this city now probably about 20 times at least. So it's probably the city that we've had to do the most running in, to be fair. But I'm not complaining, to be fair. The areas in this game are really gorgeous looking, even Hamelin, even though it's quite industrial. I really do love the artwork. And even though it's probably the city where you have to move around the furthest, there's not really a whole lot of travelling to do in Ni No Kuni, especially now that we've got the dragon and the travel spell and all sorts of stuff like that, and the vacate spell when we're in dungeons. There's not a lot of backtracking where you actually have to do a lot of walking, which I think is a good thing, because in a lot of RPGs, the amount of time you play, the hours you spend in game, is really inflated just by running around. So it's artificial time, really. But the first time we came here, of course, we were having to dodge the guards. I think we was in the past at that point, wasn't we? It was so long ago now, I seem to have forgotten. But I do remember dodging the guards. In the Great Hall now or something. Be an interesting place to live in, wouldn't it? Well, that'd take half the day every time you want to leave your house. Let's see if Marquezine's got to say anything. Doesn't look like Marquezine's going to be much assistance after all. So it's not only the size, but basically we got the wand in the past and the stones in the present. So there's some sort of temporal displacement that's going to affect their conjoining. Great Sage Kulan is apparently the one to help us with this little issue that we've got. Okay, so Marquezin's being useless. We need to go and find the Great Sage Kulan of the Kingdom of Xanadu. The problem is, nobody even knows if she exists anymore. So this could be fun, but you know me, I'm always up for a challenge. Yeah, travel to the palace entrance, that's handy. They should have one at the entrance as well. Maybe they have, maybe I've missed it. Maybe we didn't have to do that long run in. Ah, well, we've got a little bit of a cutscene going on here, so maybe we're going to have some luck. Ah, well, that's handy. Somebody from the Kingdom of Xanadu. Maybe if we go and speak to her, we'll find out if she knows anything about the Great Sage that we're looking for. Ah, she's a ghost. She's a ghost. Right, where is it? Spirit medium. We've got so many spells now, I just get lost in the list. So the Kingdom of Xanadu was destroyed by Shadar. There seems to be no stone that monster will leave untouched. Luckily we're going to go and destroy him, I hope. Ah, Shadar, that heart-stealing moo. Shadar will pay for this. Well said, Oliver. What we need to know now is where we can find this Queen of Kulan. Okay, so another town other than Hamelin in the area. Where could that be? The Wings of Xanadu. That will actually act as a key for us, in all honesty. So I'm going to travel now to Hamelin, just so we can get to the entrance quite easily. And we're not going to go to Tombstone Trail, which is where Esther just suggested we try. Instead, we are going to find another town that's near Hamelin, one that you cannot access with only the boat, but now that we have Tengri the Dragon, we can. And it's just over here. Look at that. Now, if you want to do some grinding, or if you want to level up familiars for tasks and errands and stuff, then I have mentioned this before, but while we're here, I'll mention it again. Make sure you look out for the Tokos, which spawn in this area. I don't think there's any spawn this time, has there? Doesn't look like it. If not, then just teleport to the city that we're at now and teleport back again, using the travel spell, because the enemies Tokos are worth 8,000 plus experience each, and you can find 2 at a time if you're lucky, which will be 16,000. Great for power leveling, and outside of endgame, as I've mentioned I think in the last episode, it is probably the best place to farm in the whole game. You can come to this city as soon as you've got Tengri, but you can't access any more than speaking to these guards up until this point. But now that we've got these wings of Xanadu, this Xanaduvian guard might be a little bit more receptive to hosting us. At least that's going to be the idea. That's going to be the idea. Well, we might not be able to see the Queen, but at least we've gained access to the city. This is the city of I think it's Perdida. I guess we'll find out now. Yeah, there we go, Perdida, the Lost Land. Well, here we are. We can head straight for the objective marker. See if we can make any more progress at this particular point. So it seems there's a lot of broken-hearted people here, and surprise, surprise, that means there's going to come a lot of broken-hearted tasks for us to do. But we won't be doing those today, because we've got some story we want to get on with. Okay, so Anciana now leaves, and it's our job to follow her. But before we do anything else, we do want to go to the cat's cradle to, well, I don't need to heal, but to save. Well, I suppose you can save outside. If you need to heal, go to the cat's cradle before progressing anymore, because there is a boss coming up, and we just love our bosses. In fact, we are going to do one optional thing, which is visit Swift Solutions. Not to bother looking for any errands yet, we'll do those a bit later. But I believe none other than the ghost of Horace will be there waiting for us. And as long as you've spoken to him in all the previous locations, you'll be able to speak to him here. He might not be here if you haven't done so. But obviously, if you've been following my walkthrough from the start, then you should be fully up to date with all optional side quests and whatnot. And Horace should be fully available for you. And he's got a bit of a tricky puzzle for us this time. He's teaching us about this ancient language called, well, I'm not even going to try and pronounce it. But he wants us to give him the answer in the Nark, whatever language this is, to the place for, it's actually Old Smoky. It's in the Wizard's Companion. The answer is Jabal el Dukan. So I'm going to try and spell this right first time. Jabal. And now we want a space. L. And then a little dash. Like that. And then it's Dukhan or Dukan. Dukhan. Hopefully I've got this correct. Again, I haven't bothered with any lowercase. Hopefully we won't need it. Let's find out. Yep, there we go. We get the Veil spell, which is actually quite a nice spell, one I really recommend doing, collecting. It'll let you sneak up on enemies in the wild with a much higher percentage chance of succeedingly getting them off their guard. Basically, it hides you as you approach enemies. And that little farming spot I was telling you about for the Tokos outside of this town, the Veil spell is a big help when it comes to farming them, because they do like to run away as you try and catch them. So yeah, you're definitely, if you can, and you've kept up to date with Horace's little side questions, want to get that now. So that's another one of Horace's spells down. As I mentioned, I'm not going to bother messing around just yet with the errands and side quests. We want to get the little bit done here that we've come to do. So approach the crowd here in order to advance the story.
It will be over soon. There's a good girl, Carino.
Yeah.
May we begin the ceremony?
Everything is in order, Queen Kulan.
It's her.
The Queen of the Heavens.
We found Kulan.
So here is Kulan, but Kulan doesn't seem to be very nice for a great sage. Not very nice at all.
That's not good. It's a flipping nightmare! What's he gonna do with the poor dam?
Nina's in danger. We've got to save her. Come on, everybody. Right.
Okay, so this is Kulan's Nightmare. And it's similar to the other nightmare spells that we've done. Basically, when it executes a teleport, you'll probably want to go all-out defense. And other than that, there we go, there's a teleport. And we get Cruel Rain. I didn't get defense on Percy, so he might take a bit of damage. But I think we just about got it out on the others, we did. So let's just stop and grab some of these lovely green orbs. If Percy would actually get a move on. Oh yeah, try not to hit the purple orbs, because they hurt. Oh, I didn't get evading either. Look, I wasn't concentrating then. Time to start concentrating, methinks. You can incidentally get some nice gold orbs like that. So, no. Right, let's cast Burning Heart, see if we can interrupt this pitch black that it was casting. But yeah, if you successfully defend, then you've got a really good chance of getting some golden glims. Oh, it's casting pitch black again. Sounds like a whole lot of status effects are going to be hitting us. Right, let's get some healing going, shall we? Wow, seeing as how I'm quite levelled up, I've got to say this fight is actually a bit of a challenge. Right, there's Esther healed. And let's get Swain going up with the healing as well. Right then. Cruel Rain again. I did get all that defence out, but it's hitting us with a lot of bad stuff here. What can we hit this thing with? Arrow of Light, perhaps? Arrow of Light doesn't do a naturally lot of damage anyway. But I'll go for another Burning Heart because we do 500 plus points of damage. This boss has got about 6,000 points of health in total, by the way. Okay, we need to all-out defence, but we can't. Okay, let's defend on Oliver at least. Problem is, once the ability comes up, you don't actually have a whole lot of time. Right, cheeseburger. I'm not going to bother curing poison because I was getting hit with it constantly. Okay, I was going to say, can we throw some spells? Did Arrow of Light do much damage? I can't remember. Right, we've got defence on all of them this time. That's better. Even on Oliver. Still took a bit of damage, but not as much as before. Right, and white bread. Why have we got white bread? 30 hit points. That's terrible. Cheeseburger. Now we'll give her a fish burger. She's not on empty health, so. Just watch out for that teleport. There it is. Oh, we did evade is actually quite rubbish. It doesn't actually last for longer than a second, so not very good to be honest with you. Yeah, that's it. Keep hitting the boss. Keep hitting the boss. We are going to have to heal in a moment. I do want to get as much damage out as we can. Okay, all out defence. Ah, that's rubbish. That evade, it lasts for like... The boss doesn't even start casting. We've got a golden glim. Okay. Let's get Oliver to use that and then we'll heal up. So you can attack Oliver, he's on full health. Thanks to the good old golden glim you gave us, Mr. Nightmare. Do you like that, eh? Do you like it? No, you don't, do you? Well, I've got no sympathy. Cruel Rain, and we've got no health. Cruel Rain, and we've got no health. Right, Swain's in a bit. So we've got anything that will heal everybody? Oh, we've got a Sprite Dupe, but only one of them. I don't want to use Sprite Dupe if I've only got one. Let's just risk it. We'll heal Swain. And I know Esther's got poison. So we'll throw a healing touch on her first of all. Oh no, there comes the teleport. And it's pitch black, just what we love. So another cocktail of status ailments. Oh, we're going to need to heal ourselves here. Yeah, Oliver, don't run through the poison is probably a good tip. Tidy Tears. Wow, I wondered when he was going to use this. He learnt this ages ago. And I've never seen this up to this point. But it was a handy little heal right there and then. Come on, keep attacking and we might just interrupt him. Come on, hit him really hard, really fast. He's going down, no! Did I get evade off in time then? I don't know. Wait, it looks like it's evading, doesn't it? Yes, miss! Good timing there. It's got to be said, good timing. Let's grab the gold one, and then Percy will just kill everything, I think. Oh no, Esther's going to die. Yeah, Esther's going to die, I think, because we didn't defend. I was too worried about concentrating on... Oh no, Esther got a heal. But now Percy has got inner strength. The boss is going nowhere except down to the grave. Quite a tough one, that is. Quite a tough one.
We did it!
when you consider that I was quite over-leveled anyway, mind you some of my familiars are only quite low level, we got a cherub's ring for that. Not sure if it's any good, but I'm glad to get a reward.
Nina Carino, are you alright?
Your Highness!
Get away from me!
You disappoint me, Queen of the Heavens.
Lord Shadar!
Shadar! Where is he?
Hear me, Queen of the Heavens. The power of your nightmare is as good as spent. Though you are a sage, it would seem you are all too human. Perhaps I was wrong to choose you as my representative.
Lord Shadar, I beg you, give me one more!
It is too late. Shorn of the power of your nightmare, what use have I for one such as you?
Queen Coolan!
Kubla! Ha! Sorry to keep you waiting.
Kubla!
I see. The dregs of Xanadu arrive. How amusing. I look forward to seeing how much of a fight you put up this time.
And look who's come to save the day. It's our old friend Kublai. Well, we might have saved the Queen from her nightmare, but as was the case with the kid we helped in Motorville, we might have killed the nightmare, but she's still broken-hearted. And she's missing a spot of love. And none other than Kublai here is going to offer to help us. Okay, so we're going to take some love from one here. And give this to the Queen. Hopefully she won't be as mean to people then as she's being at the moment. Look, we've got no other hearts at the minute because we completed all our errands. Right, and because we now have access to love, a lot of love has opened up around the world, which is handy because we're about to get a lot of errands that require it as well. Well, that's nice. Kulan is back to her former self. And it sounds like we have a lot of work on our hands. We're trying to restore this town to its former glory. Right, we've unlocked another story in the Wizard's Companion. how the little girl became queen. So if you play along with me, then feel free to read that at your leisure. Yes, of course, we did actually free the Queen for a purpose, and that is to restore Mornstar. We've got all the ingredients, so we should be able to do it now. If Kulan can't help us, then I'm at a loss, because I doubt there's anybody else in this dreary world who can help us. So we need to go and speak to the Queen to advance the story, and hopefully restore Mornstar to its former glory. So we'll do that next time. Until then, thank you very much for joining me, folks. I've been your host, Fuzzfinger. Subscribe to the channel and be kept up to date with future releases of this Ni No Kuni series. And let me know what you guys think. And if you're playing along with me, let me know if this guide is helping you. I'll see you next time. Bye for now, everyone. Take care.